Most welcome to all the students of class 7. This is Karnesh Mishra from Lakshmi Prasad Memorial Public Schools. I am subject teacher of SST. So dear students, I hope you all are safe and fine at your home in this pandemic situations. Take care of your health. Today we shall study about the 6th chapter of geography. The point is, or the topic is weather and climate. This is the 6th chapter of geography from social study of class 7. So let's study about it in detail. What are the differences between weather and climate? What do we mean by the term weather and climate? So my dear students, weathers in Hindi it is called monsons, refers to the day-to-day conditions of atmospheres in a particular area for a short period of time. So all the atmospheric conditions or the day-to-day conditions of the atmosphere in a particular area for a short period of time is called weather. Whereas on other hand, climate is the sum total of the atmospheric conditions of a larger area and over a long period of time. So climate is a record of the atmospheric conditions of a larger area over a long period of time, whereas weather is the record of atmospheric conditions of a particular area or a small area for a short period of time. So it is clear to you that what is the differences between weather and climate. Weather is the record of short period of atmospheric conditions of a smaller or a particular area, whereas climate is the record of sum total of atmospheric conditions of a larger area and over a long period of time. So these are the distinctions between weather and climate. मौसम और जलवायु में यही अंतर है कि मौसम किसी भी जो है छोटे से जो स्थान की जो है वायुमंडलीय दशा, दिन प्रतिदिन की वायुमंडलीय दशा का जो है योग है, जबकि जलवायु किसी बहुत बड़े जो भूभाग और बहुत बड़े जो है एरिया और क्षेत्र का जो है बहुत लंबे समय दीर्घकालिक जो है लंबे समय का जो है एटमॉस्फेरिक कंडीशंस वायुमंडल की जो है स्थिति का जो है लेखा जोखा है। जलवायु और मौसम में ये अंतर है। वेदर refers to the day-to-day conditions of the atmosphere in a particular area for a short period of time with respect to elements like temperature, pressures, humidity, wind, rainfall, sunshine and clouds, cover, etc. So these are the elements which affects the atmospheric conditions of an area. It is dynamic and may vary from minutes to a few months. So weather refers to the day-to-day conditions of atmosphere in a particular area for a very short period of time with respect to elements like temperatures, pressures, humidity, wind, rainfall, sunshine, clouds, covers, etc., which is a dynamic and may vary from minutes to a few minutes. And climate, on the other hand, is the sum total of the atmosphere conditions of a larger area and over a long period of time. The time period varies from 30 to 40 years. So the record of 30 and 40 years of atmosphere conditions of a very large part of area over a long period of time is called climate, and the record of atmospheric conditions of a small areas for a short period of time is known as the weather. With respect of elements which affects the atmospheric conditions like temperature, pressure, humidity, wind, rainfall and cloud covered sector. So the various elements such as temperature, pressures, humidity, wind, velocity, precipitation, sunshine, atmospheric phenomena like fog, frost, etc. are taken into account. That means in the account of the climates for a larger part of area for a long period of time. All changes in weather and climate affects our lives on earth. Besides influencing man's physical traits, they also affect his food, clothing, shelters and day-to-day activities. You all know about it very well, and you all have studied about it in detail in your previous classes. So let's study about the elements which affect the atmospheric condition. The first one is the temperature. My dear students, what role does temperatures play in bringing different kinds of weather and climates? So temperature, the sun provides heat and light for all the planets in our solar system. Sun is the source of energy, and as a solar radiations, the earth, which is 150 million kilometers away from the sun. So the distance in between sun and earth is 150 kilometer. The sun is 150 kilometer away from the surface of the earth, receives a teeny share of these solar radiations in the form of short waves that travels through the atmospheres and reach the Earth's surface. Due to at a far distance, our Earth gets very short waves, a teeny share of the solar radiations in the form of short waves that travel through the atmosphere and reach the surface. The amount of solar energy received by the earth is called insolations or incoming solar radiation. The amount of solar energy received by earth is called insolations or incoming solar radiation. The amount of energy received by earth, insolations. The amount of energy received by earth is called insolation. Is called insolation. So the amount of solar energy received by the earth is called insolation. Okay, got it? Or incoming solar radiations. Now the amount of heat received is maximum near the equator and decreases near the poles. The amount of energy is a maximum near the equator and decreases near the pole. Temperatures therefore measure the intensity of heat or degree of hotness. On the basis of the amount of heat received, the earth has been divided into three heat zones: torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. The earth is divided into three zones: torrid zone, temperate zone and freeze zone. Okay, torrid zone, frigid zone, and temperate zone. Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Equator, Pole, South Pole, North Pole. This is called frigid zone. Frigid zone. These both are called frigid zone because it receives very less energy radiated from the sun, whereas equator is called torrid zone, which receives maximum heat radiated from the sun. So let's study about it. Torrid zone. The earth has been divided into 3 heat zones: torrid zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone. Torrid zone. It is located between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The place located in this zone receives maximum insolation or maximum heat of amount. Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, it lies in between. That means equatorial area comes in the torrid zone. It receives the maximum insolations. Temperate zone, it is lies between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic circles in the northern hemisphere, and Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic circle in the southern hemisphere. That means this area, from this area, it is known as, you can again divide it like this you can divide. So this area is called temperate zone. Torrid, and this is called temperate zone. Temperate. Okay, so temperate zone, it lies between the Tropic of Cancer in Arctic circles in the northern hemisphere and Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic circle in the southern hemisphere. So the places in this zone receives moderate amount of insolations, as the rays of the sun are slanting, hence the temperature are neither too high nor too low. यहाँ का टेम्परेचर बहुत ज़्यादा अधिक भी नहीं होता, बहुत कम भी नहीं होता. And frigid zone, it lies between the Arctic circles and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere. That means in this area, in the northern hemispheres, and the Antarctic circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere. So the places lying in this zone are the coldest region of the earth. That means throughout the year there is a winter. Since they receive minimum insolations, What is the reason behind it? Because this area gets very less amount of solar energy radiated from the suns. So that is why throughout the year there was a winters in the north polar area or in the south polar area, and this area is known as a frigid zone. So the earth is divided into three zones: temperate zone, torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. Torrid zone comes in between place Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. That means equatorial area which receives very high amount of the solar energy, and temperate zone is the area just by the side of Tropic of Capricorn in the south and Tropic of Cancer in the north is known as the temperate area, because this area receives very moderate amount of insolation. So there is neither too hot nor too cold. The temperature is the same, neither too hot nor too cool. Throughout the years the temperature is balanced, and frigid zone in between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere and Antarctic Circle in the South Pole in the southern hemisphere. The place lying in this zone are coldest region of the earth. Why? Because there is minimum insolations. Measurement of temperature. Now study about the measurement of temperature. Temperature is measured with the help of an instrument known as the thermometer. So thermometer is an instrument with which you can measure the temperatures. It is expressed in units of degree on the Celsius or Fahrenheit scale. So the 6 maximum and minimum thermometer and thermograph are used in weather stations or meteorological observations to measure the maximum and minimum temperatures reached during the 24 hours of a day. However, the insolation received by the earth is not the same everywhere. The variety of factors like altitude, latitude, longitude, distance from the sea, prevailing winds, ocean currents and slope affect the temperature on the surface of the earth. That's sufficient. More in the next video. Thank you for listening me. Have a great day to all of you. Take care of your health. Always wear mask on your face and avoid gathering of the peoples. Okay. In next video we will study or discuss in details about the factors that affects the temperature. That's all.